Hi, everyone. Um, I know it's been a minute. I've been a little slackadaisical lately, but I promise you it's for a good reason. I have been preparing to go from North Florida back to the Bay. Thank baby Jesus for that. Um, so it's been debauchery and busy, you know, but that's neither here nor there. So, anyway, I am back to the regular and should be on my whatever the hell you call my schedule again. But I just wanted to drop a hello and make sure that everyone was kosher and etc. All those fantastic things. Anyway, so I don't know if you've been following me on Medium. I have posted a little bit about my recent adventures in things that will most likely end up in my assassination. So lately, I actually picked up a racket with an outfit called FaceMRI. It is facial recognition software that is specifically designed to run down sex trafficking victims. What it does, for lack of technical terminology, is it scrolls through um, sex trafficking sites and porn to look for particular faces. Um, it basically does the dirty work for investigators. And I've actually officially joined that team. You can reach out to me if you are with the law enforcement community or with a private investigator's office. You can reach out to me at april@facemri.com. And I'd be more than happy to take a look at whatever it is that you're working on and let you know if it's something that Will and I could provide you some assistance with. I'm sure I've said it before and I'll say it again. A lot of my domestic violence work intersects with sex trafficking work, sadly. And as much as I hate to even say that, but yes, it does quite often intersect. And I would love to take a look at what you have, let you know if we could provide you some assistance, as long as it's within the provisions that are set forth by the State Department. We'd be more than happy to help you. We don't do anything with trafficking or anything of that nature, nothing with anybody who is under 18. It's just not something that we handle because we can't stomach it, basically. And I am sorry if that is your line of work, actually. However, if you do have someone over the age of 18 who you believe has been lost in the unsavory land of sex trafficking and you are with law enforcement, you are with a private investigator's office, or you just want a little bit of advice in that neighborhood, I'd love to speak with you about it. Please reach out to me. You can reach out to me, of course, here on my column, over any of my inboxes. I'm definitely not hard to find. You can locate me at april@facemri.com. You can get me at thequeen@askabitchface.net. You can hit me in any of my inboxes as usual. I try to make it fairly simple to get a hold of me. If I don't answer, it's probably because I don't want to talk to you, honestly, because there's really no reason why you cannot get me. Outside of that, I just wanted to, check in with everyone, make sure everyone is golden. Also wanted to make sure that everyone saw the piece on Abby. I know you guys have been with me while I have bitched and complained and done everything that I could to shed a little bit of light on the situation with the Biebers and their daughter, Abby. As you all know, I am smitten with the Biebers, have been for years now, and would love more than anything for them to get the resolution that they're looking for as far as Abby's case goes. Really pleased to see that there was a feature piece done in the Times. Um, Justin's my new hero. So if you haven't gotten a chance to take a look at that, please do so. It was a really nice write up, and I'm just thrilled that there's some progress being made there. Again, if there's anytime you ever want to discuss Abby Bieber, I'm definitely the one to talk about her with. So if you would like some direction as to where to find some information about the case and the initiatives that Bruce and Sarah, her parents, are pushing, please give me a shout. Take a look at the Times piece on Abby. I will link it in my column so that you can easily locate it. Outside of that, it's just business as usual. As I said, Puffin and I will be headed back to the Bay shortly. So we're excited about that. North Florida is full of bears. That's not a joke. And no, not those bears, bears, lots of bears and uneducated people. And I don't even know what else to say about that. But we are definitely looking forward to being back in the Bay and, just back to where things are familiar and a little faster pace than what is running here, because this is not conducive. Also, let me tell you about the ghost dog. Okay, so where I live here in North Florida, we have a ghost dog. And that's not me being my usual weird ass self. I firmly believe this. Okay. I'm going to try to catch a recording. I know that I have some on the outdoor cams of Puffin trying to hem this ghost dog up against this fence. Okay. Where I live here in North Florida, I have a 6-foot privacy fence all the way around my property. Okay. But often when she takes off now, as you all know, I work overnight. So I'm usually up until 9 or 10 in the morning, which means Puffin and I are outside regularly throughout the night. 3 a.m. is her favorite time to go outside and bark at nothing, like we don't have neighbors who already think that I am not really their cup of tea. Well, surprise, surprise, they're not my cup of tea either. However, Puffin likes to go out the door and haul ass. Now, when I tell you haul ass, I'm not talking about there's no dilly-dallying. The bitch is not moseying. I'm talking about she's not sauntering. She's full blast. Ass to elbows, okay, out to the back privacy fence. And this is every single night. Okay. But here's the thing. There's nothing on the other side of this fence. It's not as though there's another dog. Like, I'm literally standing there looking, and I have tiki torches, around the yard, and of course lights everywhere, because I don't, as you all know, I'm terrified of the dark. So I have lights fairly well everywhere in this yard. I don't like dark corners. I don't like, I don't like the thought that somebody could be out there and I can't see them. So I just don't let that happen. And as I said, I have cameras on every access point at this house. I'm sure you know why. Thank you. So, as I said, it's not as though I can't see what's happening out there. And I'm telling you, there's not shit happening out there. But she is wide open to this fence. And she'll get to the fence, and then she will sniff around, and she'll, And I'm just like, Puffin, what is the deal, homie? Like, what is your problem? And I've walked out there with her numerous times. And when I say numerous, I mean probably the first 3 months that we were here every night because it spooked me, you know. And then after that, of course, I would take my super bright LED out there with me, and spot the fence every time she would run out there like that, just kind of trying to figure out what the hell she's doing. And I'm telling you, um, I've had this ghost dog walk by me, like, and scare the shit out of me. Like, I'll be standing, my laundry room is outdoor here. It's not like, the old house. It's not like the Bay House. Well, here, I, I have to cross my driveway, okay, to go to the outbuilding, which is where my laundry is, okay? So I literally am standing there and I've got the door wide open, and my big blazing light out there, and I can see out of the corner of my eye that there is something, knee high to me, and it's making its way down the driveway. Well, it's not Puffin because she's in the laundry room right beside me. And I'm just like, okay, I understand what you're trying to get now, and whatever, but if you could just not run out there like a crazy asshole every time we go outside, because it's really starting to scare the shit out of me. I'm not real certain. So I was thinking about looking into the history of the property, but I almost don't want to know. I do know that it was last at COVID. So of course that gave me all sort of, as you can imagine, with my half-brained ideas and just totally out of control imagination. I'm thinking to myself, something happened with the previous owner and their dog during COVID and whatever. And then, God, this is so weird. Okay, so I was out in the laundry room and I just so happened to glance up. I think I was hanging up my sprinkler is what it was. I was hanging my sprinkler on the hook on the wall. And as I was, kind of half ass, with one arm trying to get it up there and balance laundry on my hip and whatever, I look up and I see what looks like a credit card that is over the door frame. Um, and I'm like, what in the hell is happening here? So I reach my I reach my hand up there, and it is a stack of identification cards, driver's licenses, no credit cards, just IDs. Yeah. So as you can imagine, my brain goes, I wonder what serial killer has been collecting and their identification cards and storing them in my fucking outbuilding. So yeah, so that's another mystery that I'm on. Actually, I will tell you that I know you guys know that I do a lot of OSINT work, which, is just basically record search. I spend a lot of time, investigating people. Just to be a nosy bitch, sometimes for a column, really just because I want to know your business, That's not true. I don't give a shit what you're doing. But if there's a column behind it, I do give a shit what you're doing. So I started to rifle through these D cards and driver's licenses, and I actually found one of them belongs to an 80-year-old woman who apparently is a PhD, and she is in several medical journals. Now, um, I cannot find where she has passed. I'm assuming that she's still on the serial killer's hit list, and he just hasn't made it there yet. So I'm thinking about sending her a nice heads up, just so she is aware that she's quite possibly on the list. However, one of the individuals, he's incarcerated right now for identity theft and a couple of other things. Naturally, that took my serial killer dream and shot it all to hell, because this is probably the reason why I have a stack of IDs out there. So anyway, however, I've not made it completely through the list yet. And, one can dream. You know what I mean? Like, I'm sure that sounded really bad, but I don't wish death on these people. I'm just wishing for a more interesting story than some credit card scammer stuck a stack of IDs in my outbuilding. Unfortunately, it's looking as though that's just going to be the long and short of it. However, one can dream, right? Or whatever. Anyway, so that's my new news here in North Florida, where they spotted a bear within a mile of my home. So now I am on bear watch. Also, still Sasquatch watch, because you can't tell me that if a bear, which a bear is damn near Sasquatch anyway, okay, like they're so close. Listen, you're like 3 fucking alleles away, okay? So anyway, yeah, so I'll be looking for the Sasquatch and some bears for the next little bit, but then I'll be back to the bay and all of the crazy shit that that the bay holds. So that includes my drunken across the street neighbors who have yet again mowed down my mailbox. This one that was encased in 5 pounds of concrete, 3 feet into the ground. Yes, they managed to somehow fucking knock this one down as well. And when I say somehow, I mean drunkenly from a fucking fiesta. However, that's neither here nor there, because I've not yet had the chance to work my Spanish out on these fucking jerks. What else? That's it. That's it. So anyway, I hope you're all well, and I'm sorry that I've been scarce, but I'm back to my routine, and you know how to reach me if you should desire to do so. If not, I guess fuck it. I'll see you when I see you. So, all right. Yeah, that's all.